What up, Chipper Chaps? It's the motherfucking Chipper Chap Chat.
Chipper Chap Chat 11.
Episode 11.
Yeah, it's gotta be 11.
I had it this time.
Oh, good job. Because we passed the 10th one.
Yeah, that's the big one.
That was, yeah.
So, let's get it going. Suicide Squad photos have been revealed.
And
We've
not
seen
just, yeah,
our team.
It wasn't just the full team photo. There's been like on-set leaks as well. So, but yeah,
All right.
main team photo.
I mean, there was a couple pictures of Will Smith
Looking like
in
a
a pimp suit,
Yeah. Pimp Smith.
and there was now these team.
Oh, there's also
pictures.
been Joker photos that have been leaking. So
Did we not talk about Joker
I
already?
have no idea. Maybe.
I feel like maybe we did.
We might have, but then there are times where we talk about it, but we don't exactly record it.
It's true. I don't know. I don't know.
It kind of goes
Well,
without
if we
saying.
haven't,
If we have, those revealed.
That sure does. That's a Joker picture.
Yeah.
It sure is one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the tattoos. I think
No.
they're too hot topicy. He looks like a fan of himself. It's weird. And now, there was a rumor that those tattoos weren't real,
Yeah.
and that it was for some 75th anniversary thing.
Yeah.
But now that I'm seeing pictures of Harley Quinn on the set,
Yeah.
I think bullshit. They're part of it.
Yeah. I just don't like the tattoo on his forehead, though.
I don't like fucking any of them.
I don't really
all
like-
of them.
it
Every
doesn't-
single one of them is way too on the nose.
It's too on the nose, no doubt. I don't like if he does have tattoos. Let's just say if he rocks up in one scene where he doesn't have a shirt on and you just see the tattoos, then okay. If he's clothed most of the time, then it's fine. Just that one tattoo on his forehead is stupid.
My problem is tattoos at all. Why? Who is the Joker that he would sit with another dude and just get tattoos done and just sit
Maybe
there?
he, like
while
how
it's happening?
about how
You
about
know what
if
all
it,
those tattoos should have been?
how about if it looked like he did it himself?
What I'm saying, like, even more so than tattoos, I'm saying if you have all the ha-ha shit all over his
Scars.
arms, have it so he did it himself with a knife.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you see it's scarred.
Right.
It's like scarification rather than actual tattoos.
And, like, messy, like he did it on whim
absolutely.
with something that is not used for that.
Nope.
Like,
Yeah, exactly. Like a butter knife. Like just
right.
something awful where it's like, you shouldn't have done that. Looks infected.
Right.
Or that
and,
looks like it was infected and now it just healed
and
up.
what you know what? And what if that's all there was? Like, take off all the skulls and all that shit. What if just his body is just riddled with ha cut into his flesh from
Wouldn't
like
he
the neck?
wouldn't he seem more demented? And it would
Way
be amazing.
Way more.
Yeah.
We just improved that look.
Yeah. What about the teeth?
The teeth, I don't like it because I don't like it what it does to the image of the Joker. Like, part of what makes him striking is the brightness of his, like, either white or yellow teeth, And I feel like once you put something that's reflective, like chrome or whatever, and it's darker metal, that it makes them dark and they don't show up the same.
Yeah. It just looked like he's missing teeth.
Right.
Unless they're gonna
it's just-
CG his teeth shiny and shit.
Right. In scenes where it's in the dark, it's gonna look really bizarre.
Absolutely.
Some people saying that it's weaponized. Some people are saying that it's just, because he had his teeth knocked out or whatever, which, whatever. I just, I don't know. Whatever, dude. We'll see. Like, Leto is a good actor or whatever, so I'm willing to be like, cool, it could be cool. But, like, just based on the visual of it in a well-lit room, I don't think it's very cool looking.
Mm-hmm.
I think his eyes and his expression is cool. Like, you can already tell in that. Like, the way that he has envisioned his personality is probably going to be cool.
Yeah.
It's just, I hope that he's just covered in wearing the suit the whole time. I know he wears a white suit at one point, so hopefully, mostly it's that.
I hope it's the white suit primarily.
Like on Harley, she's got the only tattoo that I think is kind of okay. First of all, it's weird because it looks like it might not even be tattoos. It just looks like maybe she writes all over herself.
Yeah.
Because it kind of looks like ballpoint pen, unless that's her tattooing on herself with a ballpoint pen.
Yeah.
And she's just not as good of an artist as the Joker is or
No.
something. But she's got the diamonds on her thighs, and I
Yeah.
think that's kind of neat since they're not doing a thing where she's wearing tights.
No.
but it just doesn't look very good. And it's weird to me that they went with the red and purple. It's just like it's nobody likes that fucking look for her.
I don't know why they decided this one.
Like, what's on all the merchandise they sell is the black and red Harley with the black and red diamonds and the fucking jester hat.
Yep.
That's what they sell to everyone constantly. That's the version of the character that is popular. Why would you do this version?
Because
Even
it's their
even what they
vision.
did in the cartoon of what this movie is or whatever,
Yeah,
the
it's still
photo,
better. It still looks better than
it's
this.
way fucking
Yeah.
better. It's way
And
better.
to think that design, that animated flick, was
Yeah.
essentially what
What we're
this
imagining a
exactly,
pitch for
exactly.
this.
And that one, like those designs there, were essentially like animated versions of a movie.
Right.
You know,
And
in terms of
granted,
the costumes,
in
simplified
the
much.
animated thing, she has a version where her hair is colored sort of like this, except for black instead of blue.
Why blue though?
But she also wears the mask at a different point. So maybe like I've heard that she has different outfits in the
I hope
movie.
that's the case. I hope that is the
So if
case.
there's at least one version with her with a mask on, then cool, I'll forgive a whole bunch.
The
But
domino
I wish
mask.
I, I hope that they do the domino mask because I don't like the just smeared makeup look.
Hmm.
I think it would instantly make her really refreshing looking compared to the rest of the cast that they showed because none of them have anything obscuring their face except for Deadshot maybe occasionally.
Yeah, because you know it's Will Smith. They're gonna show his face.
Right. So I don't know. Like that's the thing also with the Deadshot. If you want to show the motherfucker's face and you don't want him in a mask, just give him the one fucking
Yeah,
monocle thing.
exactly. The Kano thing.
Yeah.
That's what
And
surprised me.
then his face is exposed the whole
But I
time.
think people be like, oh, that's because maybe their design for Cyborg is gonna be like that.
I don't know, man. Still, there's ways to change up that design, and you can still have that monocle thing. Do it like Bato, where it's just like a lens in his face.
Yeah, I see. Bato was they got it right with just that. It's like it's a permanent monocle.
Right.
I don't know,
But I
man.
don't know. The blue and red. It's such a disappointment, dude. Like I get, and they didn't even really like cross their colors over because
No.
it's blue on one side the
Yep.
whole way up and
Yep.
red on one side the whole way up.
Exactly.
I don't know, man. And they didn't even like mix match or fucking shoot. Like it's such weird nitpicky stuff. But I feel like Harley's one of those ones where everyone wanted her live action and everyone wanted her to look like
Like
she
Harley
fucking
Quinn.
looks.
Yeah, I don't. But you know what? I know this is the reveal, the cast reveal.
Right.
And you know
Like
how
the
you say she's got multiple costumes.
well, that's what I've heard.
That's all right. You've heard that. Now,
Yeah.
hopefully that is the case. Hopefully she does actually rock up in a different outfit. Even like prior to this, if it was like a flashback or some shit, where she just happens to look like this right now, but back in the day she did rock that whole that
Just
tight outfit look.
everything seems like like all the text and all the tattoos and stuff with her and the Joker, just everything seems so on the nose that I have no idea what the tone of this movie is going to be.
I don't know either, dude. Because if this is supposed to be part of the same universe that the Man of Steel exists in,
Right. But
and
I guess
Batman,
they're just establishing that fucking Gotham is way weirder than Metropolis is.
and
Like,
also
people there
that
are
that
really nuts.
that Gotham is like that. There's parts of the world where this is what happens.
Right. Because they have Killer Croc instead of the shark dude.
Yeah,
Um, which I heard that the shark dude was in it, so
I
I
thought
don't
the
know
Shark
what
Dude was in
happened
it.
there.
Yeah, I forgot his name.
I guess they made a last minute cut and decided to make him Croc instead, or maybe
Well,
some of the info was wrong.
maybe the Shark fella is in this. I thought
I don't know. It
Deathstroke is in
definitely
this film.
seems right. Deathstroke is in it, but I mean, as far as like the big animal type dude that's on
Oh
Suicide
yeah, yeah,
Squad is
yeah.
usually the shark guy. They've seemed to switch him out for Killer Croc. He could still be in the movie, but it would be weird to just have him not be part of the Suicide Squad if he's in it.
How do you feel about his look?
Killer Croc, I think from the neck up he looks fucking rad, and then his body's too small.
Yeah, they needed like even just to bring his shoulders up a little bit.
It's because of specifically how his head looks. It's very wide.
It's very
It
wide,
looks
yeah,
like a much bigger dude's upper body
yeah.
on top of like
But his legs are like still
right.
Little
It's kind
legs.
of bizarre. Um, but I think his face looks cool. And if you can find like a high res enough picture of it, you can see he's got like actual like crocodile skin.
That's cool. That's cool. It's a nice
Um,
detail.
so it looks really really neat. I wonder if it's a kind of thing where that's just them in their costumes or whatever, but in the movie they'll use camera tricks or something and stuff to make him bigger because
Yeah,
he's right
maybe.
in that shot he's not really taller than anyone.
No,
He's just kind of a tall dude, but
like
like Joel
all
Kinnaman
the
and them
yeah,
the same height.
exactly.
So I expected like Croc like looks like he's got the head for the right size dude. He just needs to be
The
much
body,
much
absolutely. Like he seemed like it's like they scaled his body down just to fit this image
right.
proper.
I mean, you don't have to go full on like Arkham and make him a huge like hulking
Absolutely
thing,
not. But like
but
even bigger,
like
just
a wrestler, like
absolutely,
make
yeah,
him Batista
exactly.
size.
Yes, exactly. Like I
uh,
mean, if you saw the Guardians poster, right,
right.
or just the Guardians cast standing next to each other,
Yeah.
Batista is clearly the
Hmm.
largest fella, which makes
Yeah.
sense. Now, if this film is supposed to be kind of like their answer to the Guardians,
Right.
as some
Which I
people are
totally
saying,
think it is.
it's like, oh, a ragtag group,
Right.
are gonna somehow do good or something. Looking at this photo, I have no idea what the fuck is gonna happen.
Yeah. I really think that's what it is, though. I think it's gonna be like their answer to it, and I think that like I can imagine them introducing the characters even in the same way,
I don't know if I
like
wanna.
where it's kind of like some situation happens to our main character or whatever. He wakes up in a room or something, and then they introduce everyone at the same time. They're just like, here's their bios.
Who's the main character here?
Definitely Deadshot.
Hmm.
Definitely
Because it's
Deadshot.
Will Smith.
Because it's Deadshot. Every time they do one of these,
That's true.
Deadshot is the main guy.
Because he's the
Like if
most.
you watch the animated
That's
one,
true.
he's the leader of the team. Like they have Red or Rick Flag or whatever, but I guarantee you, Deadshot is the lead of this movie. He'll have some redeeming story about him and his daughter. Apparently, that he takes shopping in a pimp suit, and it'll be like, oh, I got to do this last job, and then I'll be free to go or whatever, and I can be a good dad. It'll be some kind of
Kind of
redemption
like how
thing,
it is in Arrow.
right? And he'll be like an anti-hero.
Yeah. Like I like in Arrow, in a sense. Where he's just like, I
Right,
gotta do the
basically.
job.
But that's Deadshot.
That is Deadshot, that's right.
He's always been the one that had like a code.
That's right,
So
that's right, that's right, that's right.
so I definitely could see that being the case for this movie, especially being that they hired Will Smith to do it, and I can't imagine him playing a straight up villain,
No.
which would be cool, but I just can't imagine.
He never would though, would he?
Right,
What is
at
the
least
rating for
not.
this film?
I think it's PG-13, but I'm
Okay.
hoping that it's randomly R because that'd be awesome. Like if they made a Suicide Squad movie that was like Smoking Aces,
That'd be cool.
where it's all of them competing to
Yeah.
do something, would be really fucking wicked. But
It's like who can take out the Batman they hired by Joker.
right?
But like he knows no one's gonna take on. Like he
No, I
knows that
mean
no one
still
could
do
take on
Suicide
Batman.
Squad,
Yeah,
still
yeah.
do Suicide Squad. But they have like whoever's the first one, their bomb doesn't go off. Everyone else is done.
It's crazy.
So it's like mixture of battle royale.
But whatever, like there's the cast right there though.
But I'd like to see them competing with each other, and hopefully that'll be the case. But notice they didn't show Joker, so I think that kind of ends speculation. Like some people are wondering, is he going to be part of the squad or not?
Mm,
And I don't think he is. I think he's going to be the antagonist of whatever this movie is. He's going to be preventing them from doing whatever they're trying to do.
yeah.
And then if it's anything like the first trade paperback or the animated movie, Harley is gonna
In
like
fact,
betray them at some point to try and break Joker out, and then that will start
it's a
some
fairly
shit.
big cast here.
It is, and because people have to die, it's a Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I know. I
So
was gonna
some of
say
those
like
motherfuckers are done.
I'm like, who is gonna go? You reckon?
I think definitely random Native American Mexican actor man that shows up and stuff on the far left. He's done, and I think El Diablo will get frustrated with them, and
Just leave.
there'll be some sort of fight, and then he will die. And I think they'll probably just kill two of them.
Yeah, two
Kill
is
two of
enough.
them for sure.
Yeah, yeah. And I feel those two, the ones in the far two ends,
Right,
are most likely just to drop.
right. Because they're like, yeah, kill the Mexicans. We don't need those guys. Native American guy, he looks close enough. Kill him too. Because we got to keep the black guy alive, so we have to make up for it in some way.
And we can't
Kill all
really
the
we
other
can't really kill
fighter.
the Asian. There's only
Right.
one.
Well, you know, I
They
I can
could.
imagine killing Katana because
Yeah,
she's
they
in the
could.
series.
That's true.
But at the same time, I'm impressed that they with Katana they at least understood the mask is her iconic
Yes,
feature.
yes. Like, put the fucking mask on.
So both in the TV show and in the movie, they seem to have gotten that right.
I mean, with the TV show, they took their time to reveal that, that's who she's going to be, even though people already knew it somewhat.
Right. So for those of us that are not part of this conversation, uh, they have also revealed Katana's look
Look in
for the
Arrow.
Arrow TV show
That's right.
um, in still images, set photos, and whatnot. And she looks pretty on screen
Yeah,
accurate.
it's great. I'm like, that's good job. Good
Even
job.
more so than the movie, though. Like both of
Yeah.
them, the mask and whatnot. But I think her costume is closer on Arrow.
Yeah, she looks actually like just like a straight rip from the books. This one they made it, very Suicide Squatty
Right?
for
She's
the
got like a
film.
jacket on or
Yeah.
something, and whatever. But yeah, the cast photo. I think Margot Robbie, even though the outfit is not what I want, she still looks like Harley.
Yeah.
You know, you got to give her that. But even when they first cast her, they got a super hot blonde girl, so she looks like a really good Harley cosplayer.
Hmm.
But still not what I imagined for Harley, because I imagined her being more like cute petite,
Yeah, I always saw her as a
not so
cute
like
petite.
bombshell.
Yeah, she's definitely more bombshell.
Right. So she's not exactly what I would have like perfect casted for her, but she's definitely a super hot. So great for that, I guess. For the people that wanted her to be super hot, you got your
You
wish.
definitely got your wish. Unfortunately, I don't know if whether or not you wanted these types of clothes for her, or if you wanted the
And she's
original.
like a younger, much somehow more attractive because her mouth's not so scary version of Jamie Presley.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly it. A little bit more plump as well. More
Right,
meaty, it
which is
seems.
good.
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
is good.
definitely.
Although Jamie Presley, she goes up and down. It
She does,
depends
she
on what
does.
movie
Yeah,
you
because
see.
like some films, I'm like, she looks super thin,
Yeah,
but then some, I'm like, yeah, that looks better.
but Margot Robbie,
It's like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's like the new and improved version. Sorry, Jamie Presley, if you're listening.
She's funny
I know
though.
she's a fan
She's a
of the
funny one
show,
though.
so
She's a funny one though.
she was she was Tina from Dead or Alive in the Dead or Alive movie,
She
and
started
that
that.
movie was terrible.
That movie was a movie.
Um, what else we got on the agenda? I mean, unless you have any more thoughts on the Suicide Squad.
Um, I like it. I think who's the other chick that's next to Rick Flag?
Enchantress, and
She
she looks
looks
kind of scary.
she looks terrifying, and I don't know. Like I really don't know much about Enchantress at all, so I don't
Oh
really
shit,
know
my bad.
what's up.
I was trying to Google the Suicide Squad picture again, and I just Googled suicide instead, and it gave me a hotline. It's
That's
like
not.
that's gonna be on my search history now. Great.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay, I just typed in Enchantress, and
right.
that's definitely not what she looks like in the books.
Did you look up DC Enchantress, or is it showing you Marvel Enchantress?
I typed in Enchantress DC. She's got, she's green.
Right. She's always green.
Uh, this is
yeah,
definitely different.
so she looks like she came out of like a swamp.
Yeah,
Uh, she's kind of terrifying looking. She's a little bit what you'd imagine, and then like a little bit
more.
zombie, or a little bit The Ring or something.
Mm.
Um, Yeah, but definitely scary. So if that was the goal, she's achieved it.
Jeez, she looks like a terrifying.
What do you think of Deadshot's look?
That photo. I like the outfit. His expression looks like, what am I doing here? And
He's
also
like,
the
that's
dude in
cast.
the very left, he's like, this is awkward.
All right, that guy they put in the movies.
Yeah, it's just that those just expressions
I
just
think
look
he
like that.
was the Indian fighter in Mortal Kombat. Was that him?
It might be.
I know he
Um,
was on Law and Order,
was it
but
Nightwolf?
I think so.
Is that his
Yeah,
name? I
I
think
think
it might
so.
be. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know he was
If
in.
it wasn't him, it was the Indian in the cupboard guy.
Either that. I know that. I know this fella. He's in Joe Dirt.
Really?
Yeah, he was the guy that sold Joe Dirt fireworks.
Nice. Why
It's
not?
awesome. Yeah, it's great. I love that movie. They got a sequel
uh,
coming out, you know?
I did know
Yeah.
that. What about Captain Boomerang?
His boots are duct tape.
One of them is. I
Yeah,
think that's where he's got a extra boomerang strap there.
of course, you have to.
Yeah,
He looks like a joke, but
he does.
whatever. I,
He
I
does
mean,
look pretty
Captain
silly.
Boomerang is an odd character, you know.
Yeah. Um,
Hey, at least he gets to speak in his actual, his native accent.
that's true.
Yep.
That's
So
true.
there is that. They actually cast an Aussie to play an Aussie. That's good.
Yeah, they gave him like super hardcore handlebar mustache though.
Absolutely, he's got the most hardcore. He kind of looks
uh,
like he got off a boat,
right, like
you
he's
know?
definitely a pirate.
Like, no, not even just that. Like, he's been on the ocean, like in a fishing boat for like nine
Yeah,
months or something, and
he's
he
a
just
fisherman.
got off of it.
Yeah, he definitely looks the part.
What was the guy's name? El
Um,
Diablo, you say?
on the far right,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
What is his deal?
I think he's got like flame powers, if I remember correctly.
This,
But I'm looking at the Arrow version of Deadshot again, his like costume.
yeah.
This new Deadshot's definitely cooler looking.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a movie budget, bro.
It definitely, but just the idea of the design is much cooler
Yeah,
looking.
yeah.
Like on there, they just gave him like a brown coat.
Yeah, yeah. I did like the character though in Arrow. He was a cool character.
He was fine. I didn't like when they went into his backstory. It was better when you don't know anything.
Mm.
Now, what do you think of Deadshot's mask, though?
It looks like a sock.
Yeah, it's very like storm shadowy.
Yeah, like Storm Shadow. Let's cover your entire face instead.
Right. There is a version of the
And
costume where he wears red and just has a white head, though. I saw it earlier today.
it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's bizarre to me. I think it's a weird style decision. Apparently, there's a bunch of people talking about the fact that his laser eye thing is on the wrong side.
Yeah, yeah. They say it could be flipped. I don't know.
Right, but they're like, if he's right-handed, then it should be on his right eye, because
Right.
that's the where he should be looking down the sight. So it's weird to them if he looks down the sight with his regular eye, but his super enhanced eye is just looking normal. I don't know. It's weird to me. I don't know if it even matters, but that's what the people are talking about.
Okay, I just typed in El Diablo
Uh,
and just looked him up on DC.
okay.
He just says he's an Olympic level boxer and athlete.
Really? For some reason, I remember a dude like flaming on, and I thought he had a tattoo all over his face like that.
But I mean, there's three versions of him.
Does one of them got flame powers?
He's the host. The original one, he was. It was like a cowboy story, Old West,
Okay.
and that one, his body is the host of a demon.
Sure.
That might have been your flame power guy.
Okay. Then I think that's the same
Actually,
one.
wait, the second one, Rafael Sandoval, he
That's the
was
Mexican flame powers.
well, I don't know. It just says his body. He was possessed by the spirit of an Aztec god emperor.
Maybe that's the same. That sounds kind of familiar.
Yeah, this one might be a bit confused. Like, he was attacked by the members of the Royal Flush Gang.
He was cool looking in the book because Knoy has the first trade, so I've definitely flipped through it and seen him. And I think he's in the animated one as well. Matter of fact.
Okay.
I think that the only one that is not represented is they had like a black spider character or something that was like a ninja.
Okay.
Although they haven't said who Common is because they announced Common was
That's right,
cast,
they
but we
did.
still don't know who
They
he is
cast
yet.
Common, and people
The
were like,
rumor
"Oh,
is Green
Green."
Lantern, but I
Yeah, I'm like,
highly doubt it.
yeah, that seems. Yeah, I don't
I
know.
can't imagine them being like, "Yeah, you can be the lead of a movie now. We trust you." Although if the rumors are true and his movie is the one that's like a team up thing, because I heard one of them is gonna be like Flash and Green Lantern.
Wait,
Like
so
they're
so.
not getting a solo; they're getting
Oh, they're getting
a
like
duo movie.
like a world's finest type, but not
Right,
Batman and Superman.
right.
Interesting.
That's what the rumor is.
But yeah, the look on each of them is. I think the costumes look nice.
Yeah, you know, I think that
Rick
they
Flag
look
looks
pretty
like a
good.
military guy. He looks like what you'd imagine Rick Flag to look like.
Yeah, nothing, no, nothing groundbreaking
No,
there.
but he's a good actor, so it should be fine. He might die
Uh,
his character, maybe.
yeah, I don't know if Rick Flag's gonna go. I don't know if Rick Flag's gonna go. Although, at the same time, if you're gonna move it to where Will Smith is the lead, if they do a sequel,
Yep.
then he's probably gonna go. He'll sacrifice himself for the team or something.
Mm.
Because he's supposed to be a good leader, Rick
Yeah.
Flag.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I imagine it being like, I'll take this one, guys, to show that I'm a leader, and now Deathstroke or Deadshot has to step up and become the leader for the next thing.
Hmm.
I can't imagine them keeping Kinnaman on as a main
No. No.
because he was like a last minute replacement
Yes.
for Tom Hardy apparently.
Yeah, because I think what they said he said it was like conflict issues, and I'm like, yeah, maybe because your role wasn't as large as, or even as equal to Will Smith's. You're like, no.
Right. That totally could have been it. Really,
Yeah.
they wanted to co fucking lead or something, and
And
Kinnaman would be like, "I'll do it.
yeah, Kinnaman's like, yeah, sure.
I'll take the hit. Who gives a shit?"
I was in RoboCop.
Yeah, it was RoboCop, nigga.
RoboCop's
See,
way better than
yeah, it
Deadshot.
was just a fucking face and a hand.
Yeah,
They destroyed everything.
yeah, I'm cool with this. I'm cool with this.
Yeah.
Here, you can actually see my whole face.
Oh, that's the dude playing Croc.
Yeah, yeah. He was in Thor:
Right.
Dark World. He
I
was
think he was in Oz way back in the day.
okay.
They didn't show Amanda Waller yet either.
Yeah.
You still don't, but you can kind of guess. Amanda Waller is probably going to look like Amanda Waller.
Yeah, she's not gonna like. Oh, she
Yeah,
looks.
there's
It's,
not
it's,
a
it's
whole
like,
lot
oh,
to
how come
change.
she looks like Harley Quinn?
Right.
What's the deal there?
And it's interesting to me that that there might be some sort of scene with Batman now because all the set photos with Batman there.
Yeah, as Batman or as Bruce?
They showed Bruce and as Batman. They showed it looked like
Oh
Batman's
shit.
suit, and the dude had like something over his upper body, but you could tell
Maybe,
it's Batman,
maybe
Batman's
flashbacks,
legs.
dude.
I I just hope it's something like
It shows
the
Joker
animated
killing.
one was.
Oh,
No, the Joker killing thing is supposed to be Joker in a flashback in BVS,
oh,
not in Suicide Squad.
I see.
Because they're gonna have some like those little kind of scenes that they can interconnect the two movies
I
to
see.
to instantly expand that universe like Marvel does.
It's easy to do it that way, man. You don't have.
Especially with BVS having like the longest shooting time ever in the world. They've been making that movie forever, dude.
Like,
Remember when they first put out the shots that they were like, "Oh, we've got photos of like a football team in Gotham City or something." Like
yep.
it was their football jerseys. That
Yeah.
was like 2 years
Yeah,
ago.
I know. I was like, I thought, like, cause
Feels like forever ago now.
like shooting schedules are crazy,
Right.
you know. So I don't know. Like that one seems ridiculous. Like for one film, but then like, for all we know, could they be filming, Justice League right now?
I don't think so. I think that they're doing the connective tissue between BVS and Suicide Squad, and then they'll start on the Justice League because that one's already a back-to-back movie.
Mm.
I think they've got to have a break. The break of time between this one's production ending, BVS's production ending, and then they have Suicide Squad in between it, and then they go into Justice League, so Snyder can breathe. What did I just? Did I just send you something?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, that's what I meant to send. Okay. Uh, if you look at that shot of the
That
TV,
shot guy is hilarious.
yeah,
That
yeah,
just
he
that
looked
would
way
be
better in
so
the
weird.
animated one.
Yeah, I hope he did.
They made him more humanoid in
He
the
looks
animated
he's
one.
like
He had like
he's a
metal
street
teeth and
shark here,
shit.
dude.
Yeah, he's pretty bizarre
Who's the dude at
looking.
the back?
I can't remember what that dude's name was. I think he was one of the ones that ate it first.
Hmm. Okay, so there's Diablo.
Right, and then there's the blue and red Harley.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
I don't mind the hair.
I don't even really like the hair, dude. I just think it's so silly that
Why
they
blue
have
and
to do
red?
pigtails. Just give her the fucking
Hat
mask.
and the
And the,
hat.
the weird crow makeup. Come on, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
I don't know, dude. At least
Just
you
give
look
her the
at
domino.
least you look better in the actual animated version.
She did look way better. If you look up those designs, they're way, way better.
Hmm.
Um,
I don't know though, dude, man. Like, when is this movie supposed to be out?
when is that one supposed to come out? Next summer, I think.
Okay. But yeah, like shooting schedule for this bloody BVS is insane.
Yeah, definitely. They've been doing it for so fucking long now. It's really kind of crazy. But I'm hoping that it is all for good reason, and they're gonna be really, really awesome movies. But I'm so skeptical. I'm so very skeptical at this point.
Of this film. I was already skeptical from the start. But I
I'm
was like, I'm gonna watch it because I like comic book movies and I'm gonna watch it anyways.
Yeah, I'm always gonna watch them. There's never any question, never any debate. I'm gonna watch them because these are the movies that I've been waiting to see my whole life. So I'm gonna see if they're any good. But um, I really want to know what the tone of this one is because it changes so much once we know the tones of BVS and Suicide Squad. We'll know how capable they are of doing different looks and how what that universe is going to feel like because all we've got right now is Man of Steel.
Yep.
And that's not a great indicator of what the rest of the world is. At least
No.
I hope it's not a good indicator of it. If the whole thing is like, oh, we can say two or three jokes this whole time and that's pretty much it, and everything else is dreary, mostly just watching people die in easily avoidable ways, and we're gonna make everything gray because fuck colors.
Colors is not needed.
Yeah, I hope that that's not the case. And if there's any indicator of what the set photo of that one looks like, I'm hoping that some of that
Color will
in
come
your
through.
face, yeah, some of that in your face camp will translate to some more interesting color stuff.
Hmm.
Although it's very blue looking in that photo.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's an indicator of the style they're going for or that's just
I'm like,
random
is
lighting
it
choice.
always like overcast?
Right. Um, but here's hoping.
Yeah, man, fingers crossed. It could be good. It could be great. It could be fantastic. Or it could be a piece of shit. We'll never know. We'll know once we find out, obviously, once we watch it.
Based on just what I've seen so far, it looks like Suicide Squad will probably be more fun than Batman v Superman.
Yes, hopefully, hopefully. Hopefully it's not too somber. See, that, they should have just done, look at that. Look, they look great.
Yeah,
That thing that's on Deadshot's head.
yeah.
Just do that. Who's the guy at the back?
That's the shark guy in the.
And then who's the guy, the guy to the left?
Oh, that's the Black Spider guy I was telling you about. He
Oh,
was kind of
okay.
like a Talon, but not connected to that. He's just a black dude ninja.
Alright. Yeah, the shark guys. See, like, Croc needed to be that tall.
Exactly, exactly.
He had the
And
head
I think
for
he's
it.
got, yeah, exactly. He's got the head for it. I just hope they do something to make him seem bigger in the movie,
Hmm.
because it'll be kind of a shame if he's just a dude with a deformed head,
But
but
that
he's like
Harley,
bouncer size.
that Harley, dude.
Yeah, that Harley's dope.
That Harley.
It's
Like,
a perfect like modernization of what she looks like because
absolutely.
she's just wearing pants or whatever. But it looks way cooler,
And it's
cooler than
skin
what we
tight, so
got.
you can still see her curves and whatnot, if that's what they actually
Right.
want to show. And clearly,
Hmm.
they wanted to show some of that with whatever she's got on now.
Yeah.
Her headpiece looks great. I like that her goggles look like they're somewhat tinted.
Hmm.
That's neat.
And I like that they decided to go with black for the neck piece and the puffs.
Yeah, interesting. Because that way you just keep it red and black.
All right. The only thing white is just her face,
Yep.
and I think it's really striking that way. But we got what we got. Fucking yay. Let's see. I'm just Harley is like one of the very few characters on the DC side that I absolutely love. So
Except
I've just
Batman.
really,
Oh yeah, Harley.
I
Yeah.
don't love Batman.
Yeah.
I like Batman stories,
Yeah. Yeah.
but Harley is one of the standout characters
Oh
on the
yeah, because
DC side.
she's and to think she originated from the cartoon.
Right. Yeah. And that's another thing too, man. I really hope that they don't stray too far away from what we all think that Harley sounds like.
That's yeah.
Because that'll be a really big blow if she just sounds like a normal chick and doesn't have some that's distinguished sound, that super distinctive sound.
Mm-hmm.
Not distinguished, but distinctive. I just, oh man, it's so weird not to. I mean, even when they did her on the show, they had Tara Strong like dub her voice
Yep.
because she's supposed to sound very specific, and she has the pudding thing on her, so they're at least gonna make her say that, I guess. Which is again so weird that she would get that tattooed on herself, but what the fuck ever. And I can't tell what it says on her collar. Her collar says something, but I can't read it.
Tattoos are cool, Royce.
Not the way they've done them. Not the way they've done them. But what are you gonna do? Hopefully, she's at least if she plays the character well, I will forgive a lot.
Mm.
So, here's hoping. What else again was on the agenda?
TMNT 2 set photos.
All right, right. So we've seen. I mean, we saw April. She looks like April.
It looks
That's
like
nothing.
April from part one.
Right. We saw a new vehicle, which looks like a garbage truck
A giant
modified.
garbage, yes. But they also showed
So
the van, mind you. They still showed the van from the end of the.
did they?
Yeah, I've seen photos of it. Anyways.
I don't think I've seen that.
Okay, yeah, no, it's still there.
Um.
But maybe they just have more vehicles now. That's the thing. I don't know.
Right. Well, I feel like they only showed the van for a second. And it'd be kind of a shame to get rid of it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, here's a. Oh, wait, it's like it was in the end of the film. Buy the toy of it. Next film, the new vehicle, new toys.
Right.
So
That
just
sounds
don't.
like the Ninja Turtles way.
Yeah, man.
There's a bunch of photos of April with blonde hair.
Schoolgirl, supposedly like a schoolgirl
Yeah,
size or some
just like
shit.
a schoolgirl. And if they had given her that haircut but just made it red,
Yep, I know. I know. That's why I was like, that's fucking April, ain't it?
yeah,
Like
what the fuck?
if that wig was like just even like strawberry blonde.
Right, she would look so much
I
more like
know.
April.
That's why I was like, I would have been like, oh shit, they got it. Sweet.
At least they went for it,
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It may not be amazing, but she looks good. I think she would have looked great.
Yeah,
But then yeah, there's
but
like shots where
we
she's
get what
taking
we
it
get.
off. Yeah, yeah, she definitely.
And it
Um,
looks like they just did the like lightly faded red ombre thing like they did in the first movie. So yeah, I guess. But the big thing is we got our first look at Casey Mother effin' Jones.
Casey Jones.
Stephen Amell
Stephen
looks
Amell.
exactly like you would expect him to. Or not like you expect him to, like you would expect him to if you were watching Arrow.
Arrow, exactly. He's got the
And
short
if they
hair
had
going.
an episode where him and Roy go play street hockey for a day, that's what he looks like. They in the mask. Come on, man. Let's get into this
But
thing.
let's get on the mask, because the mask. It seems like this is the actual primary topic of these set photos that we're going to talk
Right.
about.
It's
the
just such a fucking letdown.
All right, the design, I like it. The
I do
length.
not like
You
it.
don't like the actual shape of the face. I think it's
Nope.
reminiscent of definitely the first film and a couple of these comic illustration versions that I've seen.
Reminiscent, yes. I
Yes.
think the Klingon forehead is too much.
The thing, all right.
It's too
The
much.
no. The thing is, like, the thing about this mask is, if you're gonna have his short hair cover the head, use the
Right,
mask to cover the head. The fact that it kind of ends around his hairline,
right.
but he's just got hair, short hair. What's the
Yeah.
point?
And I think at least like cover the whole front of the head,
Absolutely.
like an Army of Two mask or something.
Yeah, that's what exactly. Like cover the. You know what? Remove parts from the bottom, shift it to the top.
Yeah.
Because that's the
The,
other issue is the freaking length of the
yeah,
mouthpiece.
that's the biggest problem really
Yeah.
is the mouthpiece goes down so low that it makes his head look massive, especially because it covers his ears as well.
Mm-hmm.
It makes his head, it makes the shape look like all one thing. So he looks like when you do big head characters on NBA Jam, that's what this dude looks like.
That's exactly that.
It's just
He
distracting. I
can't
don't
look
really like it.
down.
No, because
Like
it
he'd
will
have a hard
jab him
time
in the
looking down.
chest.
He'd definitely have a hard time looking down.
I don't like that the forehead.
Are you
It looks
looking at
like
the image
a
right now?
yeah, like a bike
Okay.
helmet. It looks like a bicycle helmet.
I don't
Just
like
the
the fact
forehead
that
of it.
I don't like the fact that his hair is just visible. Like if he
Yeah.
had long hair, of course have the
Or
hair
just
visible.
never take the hood off. Put the hood
Yes.
on,
Put
and
the
then
hood.
it might
Yep.
look not nearly as bad. And where's all the other gear, man? Is he only gonna use a hockey stick?
I hope that this is just the one shot. I hope he does get like the bag of all these sports equipment because
Right.
that's what it is. He uses multiple sports equipment.
They
Baseball
did give.
bats,
They did put the
cricket
Eastman
bats.
on his hockey stick though, which is kind of
Well,
funny.
that's nice. That is
Yeah.
nice. That's a nice thing. But
Yeah.
yeah, there's more to it than
Still.
just an Eastman sign on
I
the
want him
back.
to be more like Sportsmaster and like Casey Jones has always been, where he has more than just a hockey stick. He's got like a golf bag filled with all kinds of random crap. Um,
Where's all that? Where's that golf bag of random crap?
yeah, whatever, whatever. But I'm still hoping that he is at least got a personality that's a bit more beyond the Arrow character.
I
He's
think that's it. We were saying that before. It's like the mask is what it is. We have to accept that as is, right?
right.
But I just hope his character isn't Ollie.
Yeah.
Because if it is, then it's like that's weak sauce.
Yeah, it will be rather disappointing. And plus, I just want to see if Stephen Amell is capable of playing other characters because I've only seen him play the Arrow.
That's true.
I want to see what that guy's capable of. If it will be really impressive if suddenly he can play a totally different character. And
He's like actually versatile, right?
right,
Because it'd be great for him. That'd be great.
yep,
It'd be great. But that mask, though, man, it's massive.
yeah. And if it hadn't went down how it did, and we got him to be Cap, I still think Chris Evans would have made a great Casey Jones. Because he was Casey in the animated one,
Yep,
and
and
he
he-
voiced it perfect.
Yeah, we know he can do that character as well because he played Johnny Storm.
Right. And even if they went a little bit extra with it
Yeah.
and made him a little bit more like his ex character in Scott Pilgrim,
Yeah.
just like a middle ground between Johnny Storm and that, I would love it. Um, but yeah, I'm hoping for the best. If they had given him the animated version of that face plate, would have been even better.
Oh, the animated one? Was
Yeah,
it like a
after-
black mask?
He starts out with the regular one, but then April upgrades it at the end and gives
Yeah.
him one with a bit more armor to it, so it's all black and it looks fucking wicked.
That movie was sick, dude.
Yeah, that movie is underrated. Yeah, you know what the weakest part about that movie is just the villain.
Yes.
If they had cut out the time traveler character
Mhm.
and just made it like Karai and the Foot Clan, and that is the best. It's the best version of those two things.
Yep.
So if they could do a full on like Karai and the Foot and Shredder, that movie would have been wicked. But yeah, so the set photos look cool. Stephen Amell I'm hoping for a good thing.
It's just funny that the cast was Steven, yet we were saying in the other episode, it's like maybe Robbie and Mel would be good.
All right, that was my random
I
pick,
know, right? It's so
uh,
bizarre.
but I think it is pretty funny, and I still stand by that.
Yeah. I mean, again, we can stand by it based on now, but once the film comes out, we can be like, okay, no, he actually was a great choice.
Hopefully,
Hopefully, I'm hoping for the best with this film. I just want to go and enjoy myself.
that's the first time that I've guessed about a casting and been right about the family, but not the actor.
Also, the thing about like you were saying, this reveal of Casey right now, there is no
Yeah,
armor. He's not wearing
none.
any pads. Like he's
Nope,
not.
just a jacket
He
and a
doesn't have
hockey mask.
he doesn't have the hockey gloves. I mean,
Nope.
sure, the old school, the one from the original cartoon, he had like torn sleeves.
Right.
He's wearing like sweatpants,
I'm fine with the no armor. I just more gear,
more gear.
more gear, and keep the hood
Yeah,
on.
because like if they're also referring to like say the current cartoon version,
Right.
he's like fully decked out.
Yeah.
His hood is usually on as well.
I just really wish they would have tried at least some way to make him not look like Oliver Queen.
That's really like even like facial hair, stubble.
Yes, but he always had stubble, so
That's
make
true.
something different. Dye his hair black, something.
Yeah, like something. Longer hair, put a wig on, like a black wig, slick it back,
Yeah.
something.
Well, what are you gonna do?
Well, we're gonna have to wait until the movie comes out. We're gonna watch it and be like, okay, it was actually not as bad as we had.
This is high hopes, dude.
Of course,
I'm
dude,
hoping
I'm all the way high hopes right now. That's
again. I'm
all I
just
gotta do.
hoping that now, with the benefit of the other movie have already come out, that this time the movie's just one solid cohesive story. There's
Yep,
not anything for them to go back and change later.
yep.
And I hope that they are randomly smaller.
That would be
and I
weird,
hope,
wouldn't it?
yeah, I hope they're randomly smaller, and I hope that what the Leonardo does his own voice this time.
Well, I mean, he's back in it.
He's back in it, and just to do the acting of it. So I'm hoping that they let him voice it finally.
Yeah.
There's no need for Knoxville.
Nah. Maybe they were like, for all we know, maybe they're like, yeah, we actually didn't really like. He's attaching his name didn't really do much to it, so.
Right. It's I just yeah. Hopefully, hopefully. Casey was so cool in the '92 movie that it's just so hard to compete with that.
Yeah. That to
It
me,
was
that's
so much
Casey.
closer, man. He had the ripped vest, he had the sweatpants on, like
Yeah.
they fucking nailed it.
His personality.
Yeah,
It's his personality, the way he played it.
yeah. It
Hopefully we'll get
informed
that.
Casey from then on.
Hmm. Like all the other cases were just based on that.
All right.
Understandably so. And like even a CG Casey, he was essentially that.
Yeah. Well, that's because that one's supposed to be in
That's
continuity.
exactly it. But like that's why like yeah, that's why you're saying Chris Evans would have been great for it
All right.
because he already voiced him.
Yep. But I don't. When does that one come out? Is that one early next year?
Turtles 2?
Yeah.
That is a good question actually.
I know it's 2016 for sure.
That seems crazy to me because if that comes out 2016,
Yeah.
they're filming now. We're in 2015.
Yeah.
So like literally a year. It comes out June 3.
Yep.
Which brings it back to how long Batman vs Superman's been going on for.
Right. A really fucking long time.
Like a really long time.
I really think it's because they wanted to have the other movie in production so they could make all these connections happen.
That's bonks, dude.
But also we didn't talk about Tyler Perry being
Oh,
part
that's
of the
right.
cast
That's right.
as Baxter Stockman.
And there was set photos of him as well with his like
Right,
bow
his
tie
bow
and stuff.
tie. Yeah.
Oh, also
Whatever.
new
man.
Shredder.
Yeah, new Shredder. Finally,
Shredder.
a proper Shredder. Hopefully, the whole time, one
Yeah,
actor.
I think it was smart to like say, okay, Shredder's in this now. We know this. Let's cast an actual actor who can probably play him well. So
Right.
he's actually going to be part of the story rather than kind of like, oh, he's just going to be recorded in this one room always.
Right. Although IMDb still lists.
Danny Woodburn as Splinter.
Well, I'm sure it's for the acting part of it for
Yeah,
some reason, but whatever. Uh, William Fichtner's still in it as Eric
that's
Sachs.
right. He is.
I
Did
really
he?
thought they would just write that character off.
Maybe
But
they
you
did.
know what? I bet you he has something in his contract that prevents
That's. I
that
was
from
gonna
happening.
say that's most likely the
That
case.
if they decide not to use him, they probably have to pay him anyway. So they're
Hmm.
like, ah, fuck it, we'll just keep him in the
It's
movie.
like, well, if we're paying him anyway, let's just put him in the movie.
Right. Exactly. But Brian T. and my main exposure to him is from the Wolverine and from the Mortal Kombat thing. I think he
Mm.
was in as well.
Wasn't he Kong? Which character did he play in that one?
I thought he was like Scorpion or something.
Let me see. No, he was Liu Kang.
He was Liu Kang.
That's right.
Because Kung Lao I knew was Mark
Mark, yeah, yeah.
Dacascos.
He was Liu Kang.
Yeah, cool.
So that's cool, man.
So that's a thing I've seen him in, but I'm sure his version of Shredder is going to be very different than Liu Kang.
That's true.
Yeah, he was
Uh,
apparently also on Shield, but I don't remember that.
and also he's also gonna be in Jurassic World.
Yeah, he's the guy that gets dripped on, I think. So he's no bueno
You know he's
down
gonna,
there.
you know he's gonna
Right, he's simply get chewed on.
die.
Um, and no cast that I know of for Bebop and Rocksteady, despite the
Nope.
fact that they're supposed to be in it.
No, I'm looking at the list
So
and
I'm,
there's
I'm
nothing.
assuming they're going to be fully CG as
They
well.
also cast Laura Linney as somebody.
As
I
a
have
random.
no, yeah, like she's like a fairly well-known actress, I guess. She was like bunch of TV shows, bunch of movies.
Laura Linney. Didn't April have a female friend?
Nah, she's not in there anymore.
She doesn't have a female friend?
No, no, she's not in that film in this film anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's not surprising.
Also, no Whoopi Goldberg
Maybe Laura Linney
is the new
is who she
boss.
works for now, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably it. That's probably it. Because she might not work for who she worked with before, right?
Right.
Aha. It's all
Um,
adding up.
yep. I'm hoping that they are reducing Vern's role in the movie.
I am very hoping that too. I don't. Just get rid of him.
Right.
He is like again. He can't. If he's supposed to be the funny guy,
Right.
you got Stephen Amell, who is actually, Casey Jones should be the funny guy,
I
but
think they're
also,
gonna play him straight, dude.
so he's Oliver Queen then.
He's just a hero character.
Boring.
Yeah. He'll be just a jock guy that plays hockey that somehow
Great,
gets mixed involved with this.
great. Cause like yeah, what can he do to the bloody turtles?
He'll hit him with. Well, he's not gonna fight turtles. He's gonna hit foot soldiers with hockey stick, with
Okay,
a
okay.
hockey stick.
Because the foot soldiers now actually look like foot soldiers,
Right.
which I think is cool.
So he can't have his classic fight with Raph situation,
Nah, because he would get destroyed.
right? Because Raph would hit him one
Rock
time
would
and his
tear
body
him
would
apart.
explode.
Yeah. Take that arrow.
Yeah. Man, Arrow. I don't even know what Arrow would do to a turtle, a Ninja Turtle. You put one Ninja Turtle in Arrow and say you're a villain. I don't know how that would work out, dude.
If the turtle is the villain,
Yeah, I
would
don't
an
know how
arrow
that
go
would work
through
out
their
for Arrow.
skins? They could. Oh wait, no, they would deflect
No, they're
the bullets.
bulletproof, man.
Yeah. Especially with how fast they move and how strong they move. No,
Right, they're still ninjas.
that's true. Giant ninjas.
For
That's
some-
thinking about that. That's scary.
Yep, very. Very.
But yeah, that's gonna happen. This Turtles film next year. It's out.
Yeah.
It's out so soon. It's in a year. Post production's not gonna take even that long anymore then.
No. They've got it worked out.
And for all we know, like, filming might be done shortly as well.
Well, yeah, it's probably going to be shortly. I imagine that's part of the deal, so they have enough time to do all the vis effects. That's going to be the majority of the time, I'm sure.
I hope the story's good, dude. I hope it doesn't just focus on April and Casey and the turtles are in the backdrop again, because that's
All
gonna
right.
really annoy me.
It will definitely be lame.
I mean, the film is called Turtles 2. Show them more, please.
Right. I'm just hoping that because they got a change of director and that director had gotten some positive feedback on his last deal, that that's good sign.
Same writers, though.
Same writers, but now they're not having to backtrack. So I'm
Yeah,
hoping the combination of new director and focused vision will help at least the movie itself be better.
yeah. Even if the story is kind of like, okay,
Right.
they're still not the main characters, but at least it was a more cohesive story.
Right. Exactly. That's the hope.
Yeah, that is a hope. It's crazy how that's like a
Jesus
far-fetched
Christ,
hope.
dude.
What? What's up?
Sorry, I saw another picture of Killer Croc.
Oh, is it good or bad?
It's much closer up.
How is it?
I'm gonna show it to you. It's pretty intense looking. He's definitely not a pretty man.
Killer Croc?
Yeah,
Oh, goodness. Wow. How are they going to describe that?
I don't know.
Is he wearing leather?
It looks like
It
it.
would be
Like
hilarious if he's wearing like crocodile skin outfit. Because I'd be like, that's weird, dude.
it would be
I
weird.
wonder how they're going to explain what he is.
I don't know. They're just gonna have to have some like they can say it's a skin disease or something, but it'd be weird.
Like, what skin disease is that? That's a great shot, though.
There's another one there.
These are high res, man. See, look at Harley, looks great there.
Yeah,
Expression.
the expression's good.
Just, just the outfit, though. Why?
I don't know.
And Croc is short.
And she's got like wrist spikes as well.
Chun-Li styles.
Sorta. There's another one.
Diablo's there as well.
Yeah.
These are super high res photos.
Yeah, and her bat says "good night" on it, which I'm assuming is the replacement for the mallet, which would have been kind of silly.
Is
I
it
really
mallet
think
silly?
I think if it's the big wooden hammer like how it is in the comics, would be pretty intense. But if they just gave her a sledgehammer, I think would have been cool.
Her shirt says "Daddy's little monster."
Yeah, which is again a little too much.
It's
And I can't tell what her her
what her
collar
collar
says.
says. Yeah,
I think it says puddin' as well.
maybe. Why?
I don't know. It looks
That's
like DDIN in that picture.
yeah, it does. I don't know, dude. I don't know.
She's got a bunch of safety pins in her ear.
Yep, and she's got a heart tattoo on her cheek.
That's probably just makeup.
Yeah, but I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
Whatever. Watch it.
She kind of
Whatever.
looks like Oland.
She does in that photo. It's the hair, dude.
It's the jacket, I think, mainly.
They could have just cast Orlando.
That would have been interesting. But yeah, I'm
Positive.
staying hopeful.
Hopeful. Open.
Yeah, I'm staying hopeful with that one. I've got faith in Margot Robbie's ability to play that character.
Absolutely.
So, design aside, if she plays it well, I wouldn't be surprised, but I will be delighted.
Hmm.
And Will Smith is a good actor. He
Hmm.
looks like he's taking it seriously, and that's the kind of Will Smith stuff I'm gonna generally like more. He's got a lot of charisma, so it's gonna be interesting to see how they play that. But I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna be again. I think it looks like it's gonna be more fun than Batman vs Superman. Not necessarily more epic, but it looks like it will be more fun. Since Batman v Superman right now looks quite dark and rainy the whole time. Croc having again the jacket with like a dragon all over it. It's just everything is so like displayed for you. Like every character's like, here is what I am. Look at me and see what I am.
Yep. Hey, check it out. Look at my skin. But
Right.
hey, I'm not gonna draw attention to my skin, but
Right.
my outfit will definitely draw
Just so you know
attention.
that I've got fucking lizard pride or something.
Hmm.
Here's some dragon shit. So weird, but whatever. But again, I think the face and stuff looks cool. I just wish he was bigger.
Yeah. Um, but
Doesn't necessarily have to be like the lizard,
no,
but
no, no. That's the thing. Like, I
just
think,
bigger.
but that might be the thing also. Maybe they didn't want to get too close to that because it's like, yeah, the lizard was garbage.
Right, but it's already going to be nowhere near the same thing because they did practical makeup. They could literally just just beef him up a little bit in post, and I'm good to go.
I mean,
Make him wear platforms or some shit.
he is hoping.
I am hoping. I am. And just because, again, I like it so much, there's a. It's a smaller picture, but it is a full body of her design from the animated one.
See, if that was just a translation of that,
Yeah. And even in that one, for part of it, she has just her pigtails out. They
yeah,
don't have paint on them. I don't think.
no,
Maybe they
no.
do actually. No, I
But
don't think.
the thing about that also is that
Yeah.
I think the current Harley,
Hmm.
the way all the characters look right now in that reveal, the cast reveal,
Right.
they all fit within that same world that they're trying to make.
Hmm.
But it's still bizarre.
Yeah.
Like as you were
Definitely
saying
gotta
then, how
agree
you're like
there.
Gotham looks like it's a bloody crazy place.
Yeah, it's got to be considerably weirder
Unless of course
than
because
Metropolis is.
they're all from prison, that's just how it's gonna be.
Right, but I'm saying like a lot of those villains in that cast are Batman villains.
That's right.
So
That's right.
they're instantly establishing, along with the fact that, Batman's retired or whatever, that he has a lot of villains because he's been around for a long time. So, all these guys can have histories with Batman. They can share war stories of how they got beat the fuck up. What if that's his involvement, is all their, like, flashbacks of how Batman fucked him up? That'd be awesome.
It'd be like, well, yeah, it'd be cool.
And we can see how they imagine Batman, so he's, like, moving hella crazy and shit.
It'd
That'd
be
be
like that.
awesome.
It'd be like the that Batman, the Dark Knight cartoon, where the Batman Begins. I forget. Like there was an anime, where it was like an anthology.
Uh-huh.
Gotham Knights, was it Gotham
Gotham
Knights?
Knight.
Yeah, yeah. Where it's like
Yeah.
that. How
It
it's
was
the
like their
different.
Animatrix thing.
Basically, yeah. Like in this one where it's like they see
The
Batman
kids
differently because
describing it.
yeah,
No,
it
it
would be
was
that
pretty tight.
episode. It'd be like that episode where it's
Yeah,
like
but
his villains
probably
are
not
just
as exaggerated since they're
absolutely
all
not.
adults.
Yeah, yeah.
But it'd be
Absolutely
neat
not. But
though,
it's like, yeah, he came out of nowhere, like he was a shadow,
right?
maybe.
But yeah, I think this one has a potential to be cool. I'm as much as I'm looking forward to Batman v Superman, I'm kind of more excited to see what this movie's gonna be.
I am too, but yeah, again, it should be fine.
I think this movie is more exciting to me because it could be anything. And because again, it looks more like it's going to be more fun.
Mm.
Batman vs Superman, I think is going to be more like not quite disaster porn, because their fight doesn't need to be nearly as big as Man of Steel was. But it just looks so fucking moody, so moody.
It does. It does. It's grey. It's just. It's there is no color. Even when there's
Right.
color, it's like faded color.
So I'm just hoping that Suicide Squad, because of the characters, you can't have Harley and Joker in it and not have any humor.
Yeah. Unless it's like, I hope it's not forced. I hope it's like, oh, things that we have to laugh at, but it's not even funny.
No, I think it'll be
Maybe it's
like
things that.
sick humor.
Yeah, it's like things that they find funny.
All right, they'll go. Remember that scene in Dark Knight where he did the pencil trick?
Yes.
Yeah, let's take that up a notch. Let's grenades in the pants and think it's amazing. Like let's do terrible things to people and find joy in it. That's got to be that. I'm confused on how Enchantress is gonna work. If they have like a full on does magic character, it's gonna be really interesting,
Because then that's introducing magic to this world.
right?
But then so Batman can beat magic.
Yeah. Who's playing Katana?
Oh, it's a chick that's never been in any film ever.
Cool.
Yeah. Like this is her first film.
Why not?
Yeah, I was on it. Wait a second, yeah. There's also a guy that Scott Eastwood, but they don't say what character he's playing.
The military dude.
Sorry? No, no, the actual actor Scott. His name is Scott Eastwood.
Yeah, he's playing a military
Yeah,
guy.
but like they didn't say who.
They don't, but I've seen pictures of him,
Mm.
and he just looks like a generic military dude. But could be anybody, who knows? But he definitely just looks generic. Maybe on the other side.
Oh, what the fuck? I
Hmm.
just went to the IMDb and they say someone's playing Hugo Strange,
Yeah, he's supposed to be in it as well.
and it's that guy. What? I just checked out the actor. I'm like, I'm familiar with that guy. I don't see him as Hugo Strange, but whatever.
Yeah, he's normally a comedian or something, right?
Yeah,
He's been talking about it for a minute. He's supposed to be like a younger version of him as well.
that's weird.
They've apparently got a particular idea for what he's gonna be like. He did some interview where he talked about it a little bit.
Dude, that's the main thing about this film. I have no idea what the
That's
tone's
why
gonna
I'm more
be.
excited, because it could be fucking anything. Oh yeah, I recognize that El Diablo guy without the bald head and makeup.
Yeah, it's bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah, I've seen him and stuff. It's gonna be the weirdest to see the guy playing Deathstroke because he's such a like an oaf on True Blood
Yeah, and
that
he
it's
has
gonna
to
be
be
weird.
like serious and shit.
Yeah, I was definitely more excited about Joe Magnan playing him.
Yeah, he would have been cooler, I think.
Man, this movie's gonna be
Oh,
weird.
dude, on the IMDb, it still says, what's his
King
face?
Shark.
Yeah, he's still gonna be here. So,
Again, it's weird to me if he's not part of it. Also, Plastique is there too. Maybe they're just other inmates.
well, actually, the character the actress that's playing Plastique is actually playing, um, Katana.
Maybe there's misinformation then.
Yeah,
Maybe King Shark is not in it. Maybe that
maybe,
dude's a different person.
maybe,
Although he is a 6'7" professional heavyweight boxer, so he's probably playing a big motherfucker.
maybe. It's a tall fella.
I would
Deathstroke.
like. It would have been cool if they put Killer Frost in there, but you get what you get.
There's Common still, and they haven't said who he is.
Could be another Gennaro military guy.
Maybe, maybe. Yeah, the tone is the one that I'm just like, what is this? What is this gonna be about? Like, how is this even gonna be? And this
Hopefully,
fits in
super
that same.
exciting.
This fits in the same world.
Right. I'm very curious what these versions of Harley and Joker are going to be if they are going to continue into Batman's extended movies. If he's gonna continue, maybe they do a prequel after, so we get a slightly not as old Bruce. But I can't imagine. I feel like you got to stick with it now. He's just coming out of retirement, and he'll get more older and more curmudgeon as Ben Affleck does, and he'll be even better.
Maybe. Maybe. That could be fine.
I'm fine with it, dude. I'm fine with it. I think he's gonna be a good Batman. I've got faith. But
I do
I'm really
too.
curious about this Joker and Harley, man, because if they're the main villains for Batman, they've got to really show me something, because the designs aren't working so great on their own. Oh, man. So, it is what it is. Fucking Suicide Squad, I'm excited for it.
Yep.
Turtles, I'm excited for it.
Yeah. Hopeful.
On the art front, this time around, we're going to talk about the fact that Stuart Immonen has taken over the Star Wars comics as of issue 8.
Yes.
And I think I might be checking it out.
Yeah. See, I was speaking to a mate of mine, a guy who works at the comic shop on Saturday during Free Comic Book Day, and we were talking about Star Wars stuff. It just popped up, and it was like John Cassaday was the current.
Yeah, he was the current one at
Yeah,
the
he's
time.
the current one, and the way he was describing is like John Cassaday draws it great, but when he was drawing the actual characters, he was basically like, Mark Hamill would look like Mark Hamill.
Right.
And Harrison Ford looks like Harrison Ford.
Right.
The thing is, they look like the actual actors, but the way the way Immonen draws them, they look
Right.
like it looks like Luke. It feels like Luke.
Right. It looks like the character, not necessarily the actor.
Exactly. Like the essence of the character is more, apparent rather than the actual. It's like, oh yeah, that's the actor who plays that character.
Mm-hmm.
And I figured that would make more sense, right? You're trying to get the character's essence rather than trying to get a perfect likeness to the actor themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I was like, oh, I might have to check it out now because I'm like, Immonen's just too dope.
Yeah, he's very good. He's one of my faves doing it right now.
It's too dope.
Um, I am very curious what the sequentials are going to look like for that book. I'm excited to see it because I love his stuff in general. Eminem is very beast.
Super beast.
I don't have a lot of allegiance to Star Wars as a property,
I don't
so
either.
so it's not like I'm going into it because of my deep love for Star Wars. It's purely because of that artwork, and I'm hoping that his artwork will make me more interested in it.
In Star Wars, yeah, yeah.
All right. Because Star Wars has always been, I think, aesthetically more attractive to me than Star Trek,
Yes.
but I care about them probably equally, and that's not a whole lot. Um, I like Fifth Element far more than I like either of those franchises as a whole.
Oh, Fifth Element, again, we can't even bring that up because Fifth Element is like my favorite film, so that shits on everything for me. On most things
Yeah.
movie, so yeah.
Yeah, so
Especially sci-fi films, like with space stuff, nah.
right, that's more along the kind of line of a space adventure that even like Fifth Element and like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, that exactly.
I
That's
like where those ones sit.
no doubt.
So I don't know. Here's hoping that this comic could be cool. I didn't even really get into the Guardians of the Galaxy comic, so I'm excited just to see what Marvel can do with this property and maybe make me excited about something that I'm normally kind of meh about. Could be good times. Yada yada mean.
Could be great.
So I think I'll be checking that out, and because of that event of him taking over at 8, we are going to share a gallery of his artwork for you guys to check out. Because he's the artist spotlight for this week. Not like he needs a whole lot of exposure.
No, not at
He's
all.
definitely super legit. But as far as like dudes that I look up to,
Yeah, we look up to. He's
yeah,
amazing.
he's legend, man. So definitely check it out. He's one of the illest working on Marvel's side as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it's like any book that he'll go on, I will check out just because he's on it.
Yeah.
And there's not
His-
many. There's not many that will make me do that.
Right. His Ultimate Spider-Man run is one of my favorite Spider-Man runs, period. So he's pretty legit, man. He's pretty legit. Definitely worth checking out. But I think as far as that goes, that's pretty much all the topics that we were going to discuss this time. Next time we'll do our Avengers rundown with spoilers and all the shenanigans.
Yep. That's it. I think that's it, right? Spoilers and all that.
Your energy is off the charts.
It
off
is.
the
It's
charts.
just because it's where it is.
So we will catch you guys on the next one.
Yep.
Stay chipperty, chappity chips.
Stay tuned.
All right, peace. Sounds
For
good.
the cover for this one, I was just thinking like Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I mean, we've already done 2 with Casey.
I know. I was like, we can't overload a Casey. Yeah, maybe you can draw yourself as Deathstroke or something, or Deadshot.
I think it should just be us with tattoos all over ourselves that reference ourselves.
That's the best. That's the best. it's just us in chibi form, but
Right.
like you're just covered in tats
Right.
on my face.
You got
It
like
just
one
says Chap.
directional curry on your chest.
Yeah,
Uh,
I've got that on my forehead.
right.
What do I have? No, what are you gonna have on your forehead? You can't have your
Uh,
name because it doesn't say his name.
all right.
You just
Spider-Man.
why don't we just say
It'll just say Spider-Man on it.
that's a gold.
Yeah.
That's probably a better one. You could yeah. You could draw yourself, but I'll draw myself. This is gold.
Yeah, that'll be great.
That's so dumb. That's
Yeah,
so
so
dumb, but
we could just come up
absolutely.
with a quick version of what that layout is.
Huh?
If we could just have a quick version of what that layout is, it can be simple.
Yeah, I'll do it now.
Just a side by side or something.
Yeah, I'll do the layout right now. But that's fucking perfect.